name's Abby from You Baby Me Mummy, and welcome to my new feature, Blog Fix Friday. So Blog Fix Friday will be just a quick tip or a trick for your blog, which hopefully then you can go away, implement, and you will see improvements. Fingers crossed. So this week I want to talk quickly about social sharing. So if any of you link up to the list, which is a great linky for list posts that I run with Amy from Mr. and Mrs. T+3, you might have seen me mention before about social sharing. It's really important. Practically everyone now has social sharing buttons on their blog posts, and that's brilliant. Well done, everyone. But what you need to do is make sure that they are synced up properly. So it's probably something that you never do, because you probably don't share your blog posts from your actual blog post from the bottom as everyone else would share. But when you write a blog post, the idea is that you want people to share it and hopefully it'll go viral and be the next big thing. If somebody clicks into your social sharing and it doesn't mention your name, then they might not bother, because they think, well, I'm going to share it, but the person will never know I've shared it. So there's no communication, there's no start of a relationship there. So they might do if they really like it. But also if they click into it and it just has the URL and nothing else, or it might say the URL at ShareAholic or whatever system you use, it just looks a bit spammy. So they will then have to take the time to go in and amend that URL and maybe put your at name, Twitter handle in there, and it's probably starting to feel a bit more like work than just sharing a post because they really liked it. So hopefully you are picking up what I'm putting down, in as much as, you know, if people love your post, then they probably will still share it, but you have to make sure that when you click in to your social sharing settings in whatever plugin you use, that you amend it. So you amend it to say that ideally the title of the blog post, the link, and then at your Twitter handle. And then it all looks really nice, and someone will want to share that on their timeline. As I've said, if it looks spammy, if it's just a link, if it says at ShareAholic, if it starts to feel like too much work for them, which incidentally is what I do each week for about 50% of the list posts, I go in and edit them. So I edit the title, I edit put the person's Twitter handle in, and that does take quite a lot of time. But it's to make sure that you get the best out of the sharing. And obviously if someone shares your stuff, it's really nice if you can to pop back and say thanks for doing that. And if you don't know that someone shared it, that's going to be pretty impossible to do. So you might think, oh, she's banging on about social sharing again and the buttons and things, but just click into the bottom of your post and see what happens. If you can't do it yourself for any reason, get someone else to click in and see whether it directs you to the right place. Not just Twitter, but if you've got a stumble upon button or any of the buttons, make sure it goes to where it's meant to go to, but especially Twitter. This is what I'm talking about today, especially Twitter, because it really does matter. You know, I've clicked on a lot of, not for the list, but I've clicked on a lot of posts, and if it looks spammy and I'm short of time, I just click out of it again and I don't share it, which is just a wasted opportunity. Because, you know, for example, I've got personally 16,000 followers. So if I share something, hopefully it's going to get some exposure for your blog post. So if there's many more people that have got twice as many, 3 times as many followers as me, and if you're missing the opportunity for them sharing your post, then you're missing a trick. So this has been Blog Fix Friday, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll go and really just check all your social sharing buttons and make sure they all work. And also your sharing buttons that are in your sidebar. So someone emailed me the other week and said, oh, your Twitter button's not working, and something had happened and it had dropped off. So that's brilliant. You know, even though I'm preaching today, things can still go wrong with my blog. So just go and check all of the social sharing buttons work, but especially that you've got them all linked at the bottom of the post so they go to the right place. Someone actually just told me, if I can slide this back without, Filament, FILAMENT, is apparently a really good social sharing button system, which I'm going to look at and maybe install on my blog today. So have a look at that if you need one. I currently use ShareAholic, but just just check through, just click on, make sure that your app name is in there, make sure it's not just the URL. No one's just going to click a basic URL, are they? They're going to want to know what that post is. So try and edit that, and I'll see you hopefully next week, fingers crossed, for Blog Fix Friday. Bye.